about your morning routine? So when is the last time you actually just sat, paused, and think about the things that you do on a regular basis right when you roll out of bed? For many people, it's probably not that often that we think about these things. It's just that we take it for granted. Like we roll out of bed, maybe we hop into the bathroom, brush our teeth, wash our face, go downstairs, make a cup of coffee. We maybe throw the news on, scroll through our phone. It's all these things that become our routine, and we don't even realize that they've kind of infiltrated our morning and have taken the place of like, this is just the next natural step of what I do. And our morning routine is such an important thing, but yet we just go through the motions of doing it. We don't even realize what has gone into that process. And I remember a time when my morning routine would consist of waking up to the alarm on my phone. So of course I turn off the alarm on my phone, but like the next immediate thing is to go on maybe social media, scroll through apps, look through the news. I'll have Apple puts out that news notification. Oh my gosh, it's a horrible headline there. But yet it makes you like click, and then you read through that. And then maybe I would wash my face and then go downstairs, coffee, throw on the TV. And by the end of my morning routine, that's lasted maybe a half hour, I'm in a place of stress because I'm looking at everything that horrible that happened in the world, or maybe the stock market is awful and I have the money in it and it doesn't look good, or maybe I'm putting maybe things are on social media that I saw that whether I realize or not, it's impacting me. Maybe it's like that subconscious comparison of where you are to where other people are, or maybe it's like, seeing someone that you haven't seen in a while and like, it's not, you're like kind of sad that that connection has been lost, or there's just things that you get exposed to that impact you, whether you realize it consciously or you realize it or you don't realize it subconsciously. And so this would be my morning routine, is like it'd be phone, TV that would be on. I would just kind of go through my business and didn't realize how much that impacted my life on a regular basis until I got into a routine that serves me. And now I look back on what I used to do and I'm like, oh my gosh, no wonder I was stressed all the time. No wonder I was negative. No wonder why I felt like I couldn't focus during the day, or just felt like I was on hyperdrive on a treadmill that I couldn't keep up with. And so that's what I want to talk about today, why our morning routine is so important. And if you don't have a routine that you're intentionally setting, how can we start to create this in our life? And so I just want to share with you why the morning routine is even important to first be consciously aware of, but secondly, make it one that serves you and that moves you in the direction that you intend for, not that the world pushes you into. And so there's 3 parts to why your morning routine that I'm going to share with you today is so important, and why we need to be a little bit more intentional with how we choose the things that we do on a regular basis and what habits we choose to keep. So number 1, I want to talk about the reticular activating system. So the reticular activating system is a system within your brain that is your filter. So all day long, we're bombarded with things. We have stimulus going on everywhere, whether it's sound that we're hearing outside, within our house, people speaking, background noise. We're hearing parts of sentences that people are speaking maybe to us, or we're hearing it in other conversations. We're seeing things all around us. There are lights, there are things moving. Maybe it's animals outside, people within your home, the TV screen. We are smelling things. Maybe you just cook something in the oven, or you smell the garbage that you need to take out. There's constant stimulus that we're getting into our system every single second of the day. And what our reticular activating system does is that it filters that out to what is important to you. And this is key, because whether we like it or not, that system is on. So if we're not intentional about that, our reticular activating system will tend to move in filtering out things that are not necessarily serving us. So it keeps the things that are negative, because our brains tend to be more negatively driven. So we may go through the world and see things more from a negative standpoint if we're not intentional with what we tell the reticular activating system to filter. So when we wake up our morning and we see these things on social media, we see these things on the news, which mostly are negatively driven, our reticular activating system goes right into that. So it starts filtering out our world throughout the day to keep these negative things, the things that don't serve us, the things that stress us out, the things that make us worry. And unfortunately, now all the things that may have served us kind of take a back seat. But if we can be intentional with this reticular activating system and we can start saying, I'm going to see good in the world, I'm going to see abundance today, I'm going to see things that are placed in my life that are serving me and pushing me in the direction of where I want to go. When you start your day out with an intention, or maybe it's something like, I'm going to be really kind to someone today. That could be your intention for the day. Or I'm going to honor my needs today. I am going to take care of myself and just do one thing for 5 minutes of taking care of myself. Those intentions now start filtering out the world in a different way. So the reticular activating system holds on to things that match those intentions. It allows it to reprogram in a way that it filters out all the noise that does not serve you. And so that's why, number one, that is so crucial. We need to utilize the power of our reticular activating system. Number two, so stress. When we start our day off with stress, we are really limiting ourselves. So when we are just waking up in the morning, our brains are in this theta state. So theta is the frequency in which our brain is activating the electrical signals. And theta state is also the state in which many young children are in. So it's a very receptive state. It's where super learning can happen. It's where we can receive messages. And this is key for many adults in that you may notice you wake up in the morning and you're just kind of getting out of bed and you may have something like come to you and be like, oh, that's a really good idea. You didn't even think about it. And you're like, wow, why did that even come in my head? Or maybe you think about, maybe you've had a project that's been really like bugging you and you feel very stuck. And then all of a sudden this like thought comes into your head and you're like, oh, let me try that. That's actually a really good idea. Those messages come through in that state when we're first waking up out of bed because our brain waves are slow enough that we can receive messages. So that's really what we call that intuition. But if our routine in the morning is set up where we hop on our phone or we throw in the news, it sends our system right from, where we are in that theta state right into this high beta, which is a stress state. This is where we are focused and are really focused on stress and really focused on everything we need to do. It's the alert system. And so now we lose the benefits of being in that theta state where we can start to get some of these intuitive messages that can help move our life forward. So we're really doing ourselves a disservice by not allowing that to happen naturally in the morning. The third one is that when we have a routine, we are setting ourselves up to benefit from that. So one part of my routine is that I get outside and just get some early sunlight. And so early sunlight in the morning has shown to improve circadian rhythms. It helps with sleep at night. It helps with wakefulness. So it actually will increase cortisol levels, which are healthy for you in the morning. And so it helps you regulate the cortisol levels so that they're higher so that you can be alert, but then they don't stay high so that you can actually go to sleep at night and you're not in this like chronic inflammatory state throughout the day. So you utilize the power of cortisol in a way that actually helps you, not in a way that is typically known for what cortisol does. It also helps you focus. So our hormones are all changing throughout the day. And in that morning phase, there's a lot of changes that go on to transition us from sleep state to wake state. And so allowing us to have a routine where we can utilize the natural progression of these hormones and neurotransmitters, we allow ourselves to get into a wakefulness, alertfulness, and focused state, which can benefit us again for that productivity throughout the day, for accomplishing the things that we intend to do throughout the day. So again, huge reason for why we want to have a morning routine that actually serves us, so we can utilize that and create things and we can become a better version of ourselves and really obtain those goals that we have for ourselves and not just be stuck in stress. So to reiterate, these 3 reasons why having a morning routine is so important is that you're utilizing your reticular activating system, which is your filtering system. You are allowing those intuitive messages to come in and utilize the brain waves that are so beneficial at that time of the day. And you are also utilizing the natural progression of the transition of hormones and neurotransmitters into that wakefulness state that allows you to be alert and focused throughout the day. So if you don't have a morning routine that you're intentional about, hopefully this helps you move you in that direction to getting a better morning routine. And if you're saying, okay, I'm in, but I don't know what morning routine I should actually be doing, well, I just created a morning guide for perfectionists. So if you're a perfectionist and you feel like you're stuck in that stress state where you feel like you're never good enough and you're constantly go, 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 and it's a hard thing to stop and relax and calm yourself down, then this is going to be a great program for you, and guide rather. And it's a free guide. So completely free. If you feel like you're struggling in the morning, grab the free guide that I created. And it's really everything that I've implemented and have also helped many of my clients get into those better states where they are moving in a direction that they want to and they're intentional about it. So again, free guide, I'll link it in the show notes here. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll link it in the comments, the section below, and just grab it and use it. It really is such a great tool for allowing you to be intentional in moving forward in the morning and utilize the benefits of what your brain is capable of. So again, I hope this helps you move your life in a direction that serves you and helps you guide you throughout the day. And again, thank you for spending your precious time with me. And if you found benefit in this episode, please share it with someone who could also benefit from this. The more we get these messages around, the more we can all elevate so that we can elevate ourselves and each other. So enjoy and have a great rest of your day.